Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Market cap 195 billion, basically 196. Bouncing up and down. Now, there's several scenarios that I've been playing out in my head. I like to do this. This is what I do. Basically, I research crypto every day for the last 5 months. This is what I do all day. I get on, I'm researching, I'm data mining. I'm just doing everything I possibly can because these opportunities, when they come, you want to hit them as hard as you can and get the most out of them. And I've been playing these scenarios out. So Bitcoin price, if you're playing the tether game, which it's always risky because I'm glad I refrained from playing the tether game because you could easily have got caught up at 6K, 6,500, right? You easily could have sold there thinking that there might be a correction. And then, you know, it goes all the way up to what, 7,600. And now it's down. Of course, hindsight's 2020, but I did let go a little bit of some Bitcoin at about 7,500. Bought back at about 7. I was discussing that in my previous video yesterday. I was saying that if I was playing the tether game, you know, 7,100 around, you know, just over 7 would be a good op to get it buy back in if you were to sell at yesterday's price, which was about 75. It kept fluctuating. The market cap, you know, it went down to what, 193 all the way up to 199, 200. It just kept doing that drastically. Lots of swings, lots of good opportunities. And basically, there's a couple of things that was happening because SegWit is worth so much. And I don't believe, so I believe what's happening with SegWit. If you watched, I think it was like Braveheart, where they were like holding the line, right? And you had all of these people coming after them, you know, all these warriors fucking swinging their axes and stuff. And they're just like, hold. And I think we're about to see some crazy shit going on. And I'm connecting this with Bitcoin Cash. One of the things that was very alarming to me with Bitcoin Cash is I've done a lot of research on Roger. I listened to the man talk. I really, he's a shark. And when he made this shift to Bitcoin Cash, it had worried me because I know he's not dumb. And I know how deep he is. Like this man has, I don't like speculating on other people's wealth. And I don't like talking about people directly because I don't have time for all that. But he's a very prominent player in this situation. And if you're talking about a man that has as many Bitcoins as he has, I can say this. I was listening to an interview and the man donated like 8,000 Bitcoin to some cause. And I mean, you know, that's a donation. So let's just keep it at that. The man has a lot of Bitcoin, obviously. So when he made the shift to Bitcoin Cash, that really bothered me in a way. And now that I'm seeing how the SegWit 2X is playing out with the Bitcoin Cash pump, and this being a direct attack on Bitcoin, this is going to be crazy. This is like the final battle. Nobody really understands what's happening right now. It just goes to show you what's happening with the public because we see these pumps and a lot of people don't do the research. I'm like a fucking sniper in this shit. I'm a savvy fucking vet. I really know what the fuck I'm doing when it comes to trading. I have the pulse of this market. I can make trades all damn day that are winning. A lot of people, they don't do any kind of research and they'll just buy on a pump. Have no exit strategy, have no idea what they're doing. And that's what we're starting to see. And I think that it's very crazy because people really don't know what's going on with this SegWit. The parallel, what I'm saying is people were really afraid of the Bitcoin fork because there was a lot of FUD and there wasn't really a fork like that. That was like the fucking fork of all forks, we thought. And because, you know, people at the time weren't really, you know, SegWit was too off. The SegWit 2X fork was still way off. and it was still, they had the New York agreement, all this stuff. And then, Bitcoin Cash came out and really kind of threw a monkey chain in everything. And Roger Ver didn't have a part in that. Like he states that, that kind of caught him by surprise as well. But he was well prepared for the fact that it just seems like if Bitcoin Cash was ever going to have a chance, this is it. Because if there is could you imagine if Segwit2x, because there is no 100% in life. I mean, this is an attack. If Bitcoin gets caught with its pants down, this could be very ugly. And imagine if there's an ugly, successful attack on Bitcoin, people would pour to Bitcoin Cash. And you just got to think, Roger, what has he got up his sleeve? What is he thinking? This guy's he's a fucking shark. Sharks recognize sharks. This dude's a fucking shark in the water, and he's very pro Bitcoin Cash. And I just played a scenario where I look back at myself in the future, and I'm looking back at myself in the past, and it's like Bitcoin destruction everywhere, and fucking Segwit was like a suicide bomber, and Bitcoin Cash is worth like $10,000. And it's like I'm trying to come back to my past self, and it's like, buy Bitcoin Cash. That's one of the fucking scenarios I play. I'm not saying that's going to fucking happen. And I'm not saying I'm buying a bunch of Bitcoin Cash. I'm just saying, I play all the angles. Now, as a strategist, as someone who, because, I'm a different type of fucking breed. I don't know. Like, I don't care. I love risking it all. I'm crazy like that because I have lofty goals. And money's not that important to me. It's more of like chips in a poker tournament. And I'm not just trying to have them sit away and have my stat get eaten away by antes. I want to play. I want to win. And that's how I feel with my money. So my best shot, of course, I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket. I'm diversified like a motherfucker. But of course, I'm still betting on Bitcoin. And that's where the majority of my Bitcoins are. I actually have very little Bitcoin Cash. I still haven't sold any really because it's just it's just bullshit having to transfer all that. It's a lot easier now, but I just haven't really gotten around to it. But the point is, the public is not very aware on how harmful Segwit2x really is and how big of an achievement it will be if Bitcoin does succeed. People are also seeing that the price of it, they're like, man, I got caught selling my Bitcoin for a loss during the last fork. I would have made so much money if I would have just held on to Bitcoin. And I'm just thinking, we still have, over a week before the fork. And I'm just wondering, Segwit2x, because what are they going to do? Like, they haven't done anything really yet. They've of course, with the replay attack in question, like, are they going to have protection for that? Replay protection. They've been doing that, but in terms of like full court press, like Bitcoin Cash had like, they had their press, like it was a big deal. They went after it. Segwit2x is just kind of like a snake in the weeds. It's not really too much going on. Like I wonder if they have some kind of big attack plan, like FUD campaign that they're about to fucking really, really press hard on, because there's some money behind Segwit2x. So that's what's going on with Bitcoin. Crazy time. I think it's a very hard time to play the tether game. I tippy-toed. I still don't feel comfortable. Bitcoin could fucking shoot past 8,000. Bitcoin could go down to 6,000. It's very hard because if the right FUD comes out, Bitcoin could crash. It really could, just like it did in July, if they could actually instill the fear back into investors. However, if they come out with news saying, yeah, we're going to have replay protection, it's going to be a friendly fork, like Bitcoin Gold was a friendly fork. This one's not a friendly fork, but if they come out, so we don't it's unless you're on the inside, you don't know really. And it's kind of like information can sway elections, so to speak. So with some of these bigger exchanges saying, well, the one with the most hash power is going to be called Bitcoin. This is some crazy shit, guys. And the alts are kind of like this. It's kind of like flapping a dusty rug, and you got the, it kind of goes up and down, like, you're flapping it. So my plan is setting very deep lures across the board on my favorite altcoins. I want to get, loaded on, I think Neo is just very undervalued compared to Ethereum. I don't really see Ethereum getting too much cheaper. Like, I don't know if Ethereum's ever going to go under 200 again. It easily could. But man, it's been getting stomped to the ground at 300 for a while now. Just stomp, stomp, stomp. And generally, when something gets stomped over and day after day after day, it's very tough. But that one could go either way. But I'm just saying that there's just I'm loading up on some Neo. I think it's very, very cheap. Q-Time's very, very cheap just because of all the updates, man. There's a lot of updates that are going to be saved post fork too. I've been hunting the coins that have been kind of saving their bullets for post fork, because everyone knows right now it's kind of worthless. Like, you're not going to get much out of your marketing campaign or your marketing push right now, because in terms of price action, it's just and it's going to get forgotten, because that's what happened when good news comes out and then nothing really happens, until you press that in a healthy environment. Because like right now, I like what No Limit Coin's doing, the new UI, new coin site coming out, all these new updates, but they're laying low key, saving their bullets, saving their equity for post fork, being able to really, I just think that it's really, really not a good tactic too. And we're starting to see most of the prevalent altcoins are going the same route. Walton's expected to have a really big update. There's a lot of other coins that I feel it's going to be like a bonanza. I think that the altcoins really have a chance to explode post fork. Wow, Sia Coin's fucking free. Look at that. The only problem with Sia Coin is the competition is very, very fierce. They're out there and they're basically free. I think they're going to be around or get, something's going to happen with them. I don't think they're going to go to zero, but right now they're practically R0. And you're still seeing the rug flap effect, what I was talking about. If you just imagine picking up a rug and flapping it, you'll see this with the green. You got double-digit green, you got double-digit red. It's just crazy up and down throughout all of the market, as people are really starting to realize like what the market is just so emotional right now. And that's exactly what we're seeing. This is what you get when people don't do a lot of research. You have people panic dumping, you have people panic buying. Like right now, people are so desperate to make money. Anything that's pumping, they're going to just pump in behind it, thinking, oh, okay, well, and then you'll start to see the double-digit reds the very next day. These just ups and downs, up and downs. And I'm just keeping it very consistent with my very low lures, setting my very low lures, and just going to be very happy post-fork that, because right now, my lures, they've been hitting here and there, but I don't know, like that one really big dump. Where was it? What was a good example? SYS Coin was crazy for that. This reminded me of July. If you guys remember, before that fork, there was the one big dump, so to speak, where, yeah, here it was, boom. And then it kind of recovered, and it's flirted, well, no, it's right here, boom. Where it just kind of fell off the face of the earth right here. And now it's kind of recovered since. If you see, it hasn't really hit that low. That reminds you of July, remember? Where there was just like the Bitcoin rush, the bull went on the bull run and everyone had the FOMO. And that's when everyone dumped their alts. And now Bitcoin's kind of settled out. Don't know quite what the fuck this was. And then I think because there was some like Telegram groups or whatever that were doing their thing. But that's just... It's like a big middle finger from the Telegram group that told you to get an SYS coin. And then like this is, man, that's a perfect fucking example. Is it not? Like people are just not doing the research and just buying on a pump. And then it's just like, well, hey, there's no reason this is going to stay this high pre-fork, right? There's no way it's just going to dump from way down here and then stay way up here before the fork. So, I mean, that's a ridiculous, like, that's just somebody, that was like planned. It's like somebody just slam dunked on somebody and then still has not gotten as cheap as it was there. So that reminds me of July perfectly, where you had the initial boom and now it's just kind of, so I'm thinking this is the floor for the alts before the fork. It could get a little bit more here, only I think if Bitcoin goes on another bull run, and it's very tough. I'm thinking right now, it's just so damn hard to predict, just because you can look at all the technical charts you want and it's not going to help you. It's all news based. It's all what's SegWit 2x going to do? Are they going to spread a lot of FUD? Have they even begun? Or are they finished? What's going on in that situation? How high are the futures going to get? If you start to see $2,000 SegWit 2x, like, I mean, that's going to drive this price up, obviously. Um, it's just very, very difficult situation. It's very fun. I love it. You know, this is why it takes full time, like all day, every day, just constantly announce. I'm constantly listening to the collective as a whole. Oh yeah, there's a big announcement for No Limit Coin 2 Thursday. We're going to go over all the cool updates. You can see the new coin. That is awesome. Just a really, you know, just had that same thing, boom. And then, yeah, there it was, just like with all the other altcoins, boom, then kind of. So, you know, setting low lures for coins like this that have low volume, lowish volume, I love to set a big old chunk at the bottom. And, you know, you might get you a dump, you might not. But just really, really good time. This is a perfect coin when you're talking about an example of so much updates and so much going on, and a prime candidate to have like a real big pump post fork. Lots of those type of coins, but No Limit Coin is definitely the ringleader there. So, man, just very good time. Just a very, very good time to be invested in this space. Not taking, you know, just the research is crucial, people. Yeah, you're listening to me. That's a good start. But just the research is absolutely crucial. That's why I don't like to be in too many coins anymore. Like, I like to really focus, man. There's too many fucking coins. There's too little time. How, you know, yeah, that's why, you know, No Limit Coin, I know it like the back of my hand. I'm invested in my investment. Like, basic attention token, I've watched every single thing, you know, just, and that's a smaller investment. If we're talking about my bit, you know, being able to talk to Ian, just Nicholas is on calls with them all the time. Very, very intimate when it comes to the relationships with my bigger investments. On G, just able to work with the devs, actually, you know, it's like being able to open up the workshop and you seeing everybody working. That gives me a reassuring feeling. You know, it's just really nice to be able to not just look at a GitHub, but actually talk to the people, understand the vision, not just talking to code. You're actually talking to human beings, seeing their passion, seeing if they like it there, what's going on. I really like to have my finger on the heart of all that. So, you know, on G updates coming, lots of big updates, man. Just, it's a really good time for the updates to come post fork. And that's been the strategy of a lot of people. I am all for that. Bitcoin is just, it's not fair. Bitcoin don't fight fair, and the market doesn't give a fuck. Like I said, anything can happen. Superman can join your team. You might get a 10% bump, and then you're just gonna get slam dunked. Does not matter. Altcoins have the ceiling. They have the ceiling. It's just what it is. It's like they're trapped in that movie when they're trapped in the pool and they put the pool cover on, and that one bitch lady wouldn't let them out. Well, that's the altcoins right now, and the bitch lady's Bitcoin. It's like, why won't you let them out, Bitcoin? And you know, people, it's just what it is, and just a really good time to catch the ones that go underwater. I can't stress that enough. That's what I've been doing. I feel redundant saying what I'm doing. If you go look at July, I was saying the exact same thing, and everyone was thinking I was crazy when they were showing, you know, when I was looking at me buying, you know, all these Bitcoins worth of all these altcoins that everyone thought were just dead, you know, just going back to the womb. People are like, this is crazy. It just has a very similar vibe, even though Bitcoin's doing the opposite. I think that's better. I think that just gives us more ammo post fork. This is, of course, what I'm doing. I don't give no financial advice. You can't pay me to. This is just my journey documenting. And you guys can follow the path I'm cutting out. You can go your own path, share it with me, whatever you want to do. But very good time. I got so much to do today. Just constant work. Get your power hours in. Constantly work. Am I missing anything? Let me see. I will save it for tomorrow. All right, I'm going to kill it here, guys. Cheers. Peace.